So you can roll your damage yourself. They do d6 damage with their knives, and since you fumbled, the damage is doubled.
As I chant to the woman, dead woman, while pulling at her hair, something comes over me, and I would like to use one of my omen to re-roll this agility failure, critical failure. Let's see what I get instead. I get an 8.
You get an 8. That is also a failure, I'm afraid. So you take 1d6 damage.
I take 3 damage.
You sit there carving, and all of a sudden you see these 3 men bursting, coming at you. Cuts managed to get away because you were facing them, but Thurg, you get a dagger in your left hand. And there's a third one as well that runs for Margar. So you get 1 each to deal with. And he comes at you wild-eyed with dagger drawn. So give me an agility test.
I get a 20.
Brilliant! That's a critical success. So you actually gain a free attack.
As this opponent just dives towards me, I just turn and just dodge his attack, and then you just see me bear my mouth down onto his throat, trying to bite. That's an 18 on a DR10 attack.
Yeah, that is a success. And he does not get a free attack on you. There is a chance of that, but so you can deal d6 damage to him.
3 damage.
3 damage. That is not enough to kill him, but you do take a good bite out of his, well, not his throat, that would kill him probably, but like his shoulder or something. You take a good chunk of meat away. And he screams, and he holds his hand, his dagger wielding hand, he holds over this wound. He yells, "What have you done? What have you done to Lesty? You will pay for this!" And you can roll another initiative.
That is a 2.
No, so they go first. Unless you want to roll, use an omen to re-roll that.
I use an omen because I think it's important. Cuts thinks it's very important that we go first here. And this time I roll a 5.
So that means you go first this time. And you're still busy with these 2 knife-wielding maniacs who just stabbed Thurg.
And let's see, there was an attempt to try to scare them away with a mask. Is that something that will be possible to do now? Or?
That would be possible to do now, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it's well-worn enemies, weak enemies, check morale every round. I decided these guys sounded on the weaker side.
They are, yeah. However, they don't seem too scared of your mask. They seem almost zealous and almost like blinded with rage or just madness.
In that case, then I shall just bite into my opponent again.
You go for his throat again. You got a taste for his flesh now.
15.
Oh, that's a hit. And I will see if he gets a free attack. He does not.
2 damage.
He's actually he's quite wounded now. You're actually you're tripping him over, so you're sitting on top of him now. He's lying down in the dirt, and you're chewing on his neck, basically.
Yes, I bite and I chew and gnaw, and the blood flows down my mask, and then I sort of just turn my head to the others and just roar.
Yeah, what do? The others, looking at this gruesome scene.
I try to somehow get into safety if I can. I try to, at the very least, stay away from the one that's coming after me.
Yeah, he's going for you again, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you'd have to do something to actively avoid him.
Well, let's do it then. I shall bring up my unclean scroll, and I shall cast Lucifier's levitation to soar into the skies here and get away from these hosts. And that will then force me to roll for presence, right?
It will, yeah. Just a DR12 test.
DR12. 17.
You soar into the sky and you will hover for D10 rounds.
Alright, then I roll a d10. I will soar for 3 rounds.
You just float up in the air like something grabbed you.
Kill them! Salvation awaits! I say.
And he, like a dog barking up a tree, he's still trying to stab you and just slash you with his knife. But it's still Thurg's turn here.
I quickly tried to mull over in my mind if I can run and hide, but I cannot run. I was trapped in this room. We must fight for our lives.
Your hand is terribly hurt. It's bleeding and it's got a hole in it.
I'm so scared that I can barely hold on to my shield. I go to attack. I mean, I cannot. Can I run? Can I run and hide?
You can absolutely. You can certainly try. I mean, you're very good at hiding, so I will allow you to try.
Yes. As we exchange those first 2 strikes, and suddenly the Kurt starts floating up in towards the ceiling. I try to worm myself out of the situation and go hide through the vegetation and the bushes to get my opponent off me. Okay.
So you disappear into the trees and among the bushes and everything here.
Stay away from me! Stay away from me!
Holding your wounded hand with your other, and it's bleeding all over your clothes. The knife wielding maniac is chasing you, but you seem to slip away. Actually, you can hide behind a fallen tree trunk. And the host continues to look for you in another direction. On their turn, the one who's chasing you, Thurg, is just looking for you without success. So that's all he's doing. And Cuts, you can see him beneath you, trying to actually throw the knife at you. So, if you give me an agility test with, I'll give you a +4 bonus on that, because it's kind of hard to do that, and he sucks at aiming.
I rolled a 12, so that would be 16 then.
Yeah, so that's a success. So the knife just flies past you and into the foliage, into the bushes. And they seem to be very upset at you killing Leslie, and he looks down at her corpse with her, half her head is being torn off now, and looks at you with regained anger and fury. Margar, you're lying on top of this person, gnawing at his throat, and he is trying to stab your back with a knife he's still holding as this is happening. So, a normal agility test for you.
That is a 6.
Ooh, that's a failure. So, unless you want to redo that, you take d6 damage minus your...
Nope. Yes, so my armor will deflect 1d4 damage. It will deflect 3 of the damage he does.
And I can roll the damage there. He deals 5 damage, so 2.
2 damage.
Yeah. And you can feel the dagger sort of stabbing your back. It doesn't penetrate much of the male armor, but it does hurt quite a bit. And that is the end of this round, so I think it's a new initiative.
Yes.
You now have 2 more rounds of flight left.
I can roll initiative this time. It's 2, yes, it's 2.
2, so it's your enemies who goes first. And the one in the forest who's still looking for Thurg can't seem to find you. He's starting to almost like taunt you, like, oh, I can see you, all right, you're somewhere here, just come out so I can fight you. He says in the complete wrong direction. And Cuts, you can see that this other character, the enemy that was facing you, is now he is picking up one of the burning logs from the fireplace, and he is running towards Margar with that. But okay, so he's taking up one of the burning logs. He's running towards you, Margar. So you can roll a roll to avoid. It's coming up from behind you with this little log and trying to like whack you over the head with it.
So unfortunately, that's a 15, but at a minus, the difficulty rating's 2, so it's a 30.
Yeah, exactly. So that.
Oh, so it's still a success. It's 12.
That's a success. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Excellent.
So do you sense this person running towards you? Do you like leave your?
Yes, I sort of, as I'm sort of on the body, gnawing away, I finally just sort of look up, see him coming, and sort of just punch the guy a little as I sort of like use him to get myself up, like.
Yeah, and so this guy with the burning log, he's basically tripping over the body that you left there, and that body is not dead, by the way. He still lives, but he's very very wounded and will not go after you. So he's lying there and just, I will get you. And then it's your turn. So
indeed, I descend down to the body of the witch, and I try to finish the job. Try to get the head so that I can bring it to the master.
Perfect. And Margaret, while this is happening,
I will turn my attention to the man with the flaming log and attempt to stab him with my sword.
Right.
And failing miserably on that, I will use my one omen to reroll.
You're running out of omens now.
That was a 2.
That's a 2. That's also a failure. So you're overwhelmed because there are 2 of them. The one you were gnawing on has begun to stand up and is trying to like slice you or slash you with his knife. He doesn't hit, obviously, because it's not his action, but that makes it hard for you to get to the log wielding man. And yeah, and so Thurg.
I'm trying to bite my tongue to not make a noise. I can be quiet. And it hurts so much in my hand that I shakily try to bring out my bear trap to put it in front of me and to set it up and to get some leaves over it.
So you set a trap in front of you here. So in case someone comes, then...
In case he sees me, he will see me, and he will not see the trap, he will come towards me.
Great. As you're doing this, you can see a small bug just crawling on the ground in front of you here.
And I carefully set the trap down, tiny click as it opens, and I quickly take the bug.
Like a frog.
You can roll. Marg can roll.
And
I shall roll.
this is the last round of your flying as well.
Oops.
4.
4, so you...
And as these 2 foes surround me, I just get really angry, and once again I will try and swing my sword at the flaming log man, the one who hasn't taken any damage.
No, exactly. He's the greatest threat, it
Yes.
seems.
And 11 is a miss.
Oh, it seems very hard to deal with these 2 people, because they are working quite well together, even though one of them is badly hurt.
And you hear me just sort of say, Ferg, help me, you goddamn fool!
And as I set down the trap and I have the bug still in my mouth and I hear shouting, I will try to get to the shouting, and maybe the other one, if he wants to get to us, he has to go by the trap. He doesn't know that I'm joining in the fight again.
Do you carry the trap? No, you leave it.
I leave it there so if he wants to come to the others, he'll have to pass by it.
Okay, perfect. So that means it's Cuts, your turn, right?
Right,
No?
and I have now finished severing the head.
You carry now the head of Lesty.
Very good. I will make it out of here as quickly as I can. I will levitate away towards the exit. Just to understand here, there's some kind of, was it like, I could see dim moonlight or something,
Yes,
right?
yes. So the walls of this room is actually glass, so it's like a greenhouse.
Right, but it would probably be quite difficult to like smash the glass to get out that way. It's probably quicker to get out the way we came.
You'd think so, yes.
Okay. Then I shall utilize the fact that I can hover, and I will hover as quickly as I can to get the hell out of here.
Okay, great. Can you roll an agility test? Because as you will, hover very quickly, it will also end this power. So you might stumble just where Margar fights these two guys.
Fortunately, I roll an 18.
Okay, so you manage to land nimbly.
Gracefully.
Yeah, exactly. But you are in the very near Margar and the two hosts here, and it's then their turn. So Margar, the one with the knife who's badly wounded, tries to stab you with a knife now from a seated position. He's still on his knees. So give me an agility check.
15.
15. You hop away without trouble, but you will still have to answer to the one with the log. So you have to do another one because they're both coming at you.
13. He hits. He hits.
So you take 1 damage, which your armor will soak because.
Yes, 1. I rolled a 1.
Yeah. Maybe hang on. Just see something here. You can roll a die here. It seems as if, even though you didn't take any damage from this, whatever clothes you have underneath the male armor will catch fire.
Very well.
As this is happening, you can hear a painful shriek coming from the forest, and you hear the metallic clang of something. Just ah!
Shall I roll damage for it?
Yeah, you can roll a what is it?
D8.
D8. Yeah.
6.
Yeah, that's pretty high. Yeah, so you
Goes straight through.
yeah, you can hear a very painful scream, and it is now a new initiative, I think.
5.
5. You go first again.
So, I'm on fire? What's happening to me as I look down at this wound?
He whacked you with this burning log, and at your chest, I think, a part of your clothing has begun to catch fire. It's not like you're engulfed in flames or anything, but it's small embers and it's getting hot. So you could probably, what's it called, quench it or something, but you can't do that while fighting. So you have to choose either to continue fighting or take out the fire.
What if I lunge at the flaming log man to bite, pressing my body against his to kind of quench it with himself?
That would work, absolutely.
Then that is what we shall do.
It could also mean, I'm gonna roll a die for this, it could also mean that you both catch fire.
And I roll a 7.
You roll a 7, okay. So you miss, but you hop onto him. So you still like body slam him. You miss the bite. You can roll a d6, and if it's a 1 or a 2, the fire will spread onto him.
It was a 6.
It was a 6, okay. So he's safe then. But you slam into him, and he loses his footing, and so you both end up on the ground again. And
as I come sneaking in from behind, as this scene goes on, I see them, and I see that one is very badly hurt. I will kill him. I will kill him.
He is on his way to backstab basically Margar now, but he hasn't noticed you. So go ahead.
I come in and I try to get him first before he gets the man with the helmet. The medium-sized man who carries the skull. I roll a 5, but I call upon an omen. Let's do it. The last omen. It's a deadly situation. Sort of. And I roll instead I roll a 1. So it's a 0, yes.
Perfect. So you come here with your sword that you have, and you
Excited.
very excited. You have him in your sights. He hasn't spotted you yet, and
I have him.
you actually trip embarrassingly enough, and you fall. There is because of the fighting that has been going on here, the ground has been quite uneven, and there's foot tracks and small holes and everything there. So you basically fall, you stumble and you trip and fall, and you land on your sword. It doesn't hurt you, though, but it breaks in half.
No.
And the man you were trying to attack immediately realizes that you were here. And so, let's see here. Cuts, you haven't acted yet, have you?
I am continuing to flee. I want to get out of here.
Okay, so you're just running now.
Running. I have no way of attacking them, so I'm just legging it. I want to bring this head, and perhaps we can get help, but at least I won't die.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, seems very loyal. Let's see here. We can begin with Thurg. So the man you were trying to stab, the one who was badly wounded, he will try to attack you with his knife. One.
Yes. Yes, I roll another one. Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so you lie there on top of your broken sword, and you will actually take double damage here. So you will take a d6. You'll roll 2d6. Why not?
2d6.
2d6, yeah. You could survive, possibly.
That would be 4 damage. But I have my shield.
You can use your shield.
Can I swing it up? Can I swing it up and break it?
Yeah, absolutely.
As I lie there on a sword, the dagger comes straight for my very eye, and somehow I roll around and smash my shield in it with some strange force, and it shatters. And I cry out in pain because it's my hurt hand. It's hurt already now. Blade is broken. Everything is broken.
I think maybe this shield of yours is maybe like a smallish buckler or something. And so you hold it with your damaged hand, right? Yeah. So when he lunges at you and he lands on it with his dagger, it hurts so much that you have to let the shield go. And
yes.
It's basically stuck to his dagger, so he like plucks it out of your hands. And the man with the burning log is going after Margar still.
17.
You actually, roll a strength test, just to see since you're wrestling and you're rolling around fighting and everything.
15.
You actually turn the tables here, so you hold him. And the man in the woods is still screaming somewhere, he's not doing much. And so it's a new round. That concludes the third round.
4.
You go first.
So, as I get my man into this grip, this hold on the ground, can I get a bit of a bonus to my bite?
Sure thing, absolutely. I'll give you +2 on that.
Which doesn't matter because it's a 6. So still a miss. As I bite down into him, but probably just, yes, I sort of bite down to this log and I just splinter my mouth a little and I just sort of scream at this guy, die!
There's embers flying all over, there's smoke coming out from this burning log. And the fire on on you has been quenched now, so it doesn't hurt anymore. But yeah, this man just won't die. It's impossible. And
well, neither will I.
You're just rolling around there. And Thurg, what do you do?
My blade is broken and my shield is taken. I look around quickly. The dagger that the other man threw earlier, is it around or is something around that I can use?
It's gone.
Stuck in the roof.
Yeah, there's a half of a sword under you. Or 2 halves, yeah. And the shield is taken. The man is standing over you now with his dagger ready to strike, and you can see Margar is struggling quite a bit, and Cuts is nowhere to be seen.
There's no weapon I could use or anything. What can I do?
Yeah, you have 2 halves of a sword that you can still use.
2 halves of a sword.
I think that counts as a dagger with some minus modification to the attack. Maybe.
Yeah. All right. After having my shield sort of pinched from me, I clench my wounded hand and I go for the I still hold on to my sword even though it was broken, and I take this remaining sliver of a sword and I try to shove it towards the man.
So make an attack. D20. I will allow. I think it's one higher difficulty rating because of its imbalanced weapon, but so if you manage to do a 13, it's fine.
It's a natural 20.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, really? Nice.
It's ones and 20s for me today. It's all I do.
Wonderful.
All I do.
So you
It's all-
do 2. I think it's a D4. It's equivalent to a dagger now. You do 2d4 damage to this very, very wounded man.
3 plus 3, 6.
Okay, describe how you take his life.
As he pulls back with his shield stuck on his dagger, he gets suddenly confused as his inhale of breath gets cut off, where a pointy end of a broken sword pierces through his windpipe and up into his brain, and there's a disgusting crack as the blade gets twisted and pulled out, and he cannot hear the voice screaming at the top of his lungs, "I want to talk to you!"
I believe it's grappling man versus.
It is, yeah. And he's trying to still like choke you, so it's a regular attack.
Finally,
You fail.
Okay, as he does his D4 damage, crushing down onto my face with this log, I try to defend, and my armor deflects 4 of that damage.
That's all of it, yeah. So you managed to push him away then from on top of you. He flies into the bushes beside you.
And it is
It is
Ferg's turn.
It is the end of their turn now, but I will say that as you were running, you are almost at the entrance now, at the cave entrance, and you can see from the side, like from out of the bushes, comes a very wounded man who is limping, and he holds a dagger and he looks with crazed eyes on you, like, "Oh, I will not let you escape."
And I just try to run. That's all I can do. I just try to run. I mean, he looks injured, right? So
He is very
perhaps I'm
injured.
faster
Yeah.
than him.
Oh yes. So you will get a +3 on that agility test because his leg is all messed up.
And I roll an 8, so I will utilize my final omen.
Oh, you still have them.
Yeah, I have 3 as a hermit, and that's a 17.
That's a 17. So it's a very near miss. Like he slashes, he comes out of nowhere and it just goes for your throat and you dodge away. But he's too slow for you, so you easily evade him. But where do you hide? You go still for the tunnel, or do you go into the woods here?
I'm basically trying to flee. Seeing as how I'm hopefully moving faster than him, I can probably make it through this tunnel without him being able to catch up with me.
You could, yeah, you probably could.
That's what I attempt to do. Yes, I attempt to just make it back to the guards and to Master Fletcher.
Okay, perfect. So that concludes their turn, and now it's another initiative then.
I'll roll, as I think I'm the only one fighting now.
You are. No, Thurg is still there.
She ran away into some bushes.
Did he?
It's a 1.
It's a 1, so they go first. So Mr. Logman is going for you again. Like he's very intent of killing you. So
9.
9.
So he hits me.
He gets you. Yeah. So he's trying to whack you with a log again. So he does.
How much damage?
He does D4 damage, and your armor does D4. So
Okay, so the armor will deflect 2 of his 2 damage.
okay. So now he's still fighting.
So I sort of just face this foe, swaying on my feet, wood splinters in my mouth, and he just comes towards me, swings his log, I take it straight into the chest, and I just don't move, and I go, "Ugh!" And he's like, "Ugh!"
You are very fatigued and worn out by this. He seems very tired
Yes.
as well. Cuts as you are crawling in this tunnel. You can hear the voice of this wounded man behind you, but he can't reach you.
Yes, I will make it. And I can just keep on crawling, and I sort of hold the head in front of me, and I'm just sort of trying to get through this tunnel.
Yeah, the head leaves a lot of goo and gore after it, so you push it in front of you, but yeah, sure, you press on. And so Thurg, what are you doing in there?
As I pull out the severed sword. I see him loosen his grip on the dagger that pierced the shield. Is that dagger still usable? Can I pull that out and use it?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
I'll do that. I'll take it and I see them grunting at each other, being tired. I can kill him now. And I take the dagger and I go to attack the person swinging about the dead tree.
He's like panting and just standing there and trying to catch his breath.
So I take him from behind. He's busy with the medium-sized man. That's a 10.
That's a 10. Okay. It is not a success though. So, but you join the fray. So you are now 2 against 1 here. And yeah, so Cuts, you make it out to the other side, and you see the guards. They all stand there, or at least one of them. Just the woman stands there with her crossbow, and she, oh, you made it! She's dead.
I hold up the head of Leslie. She is dead. Salvation awaits.
You did it! What about the others?
I think they will follow. There were some followers of Leslie in there. They were very committed to her. I pray that they will make it, I say, and I giggle.
Oh, Master Fletcher will be very pleased to see this. Oh, you've done him a great service. Absolutely.
Perhaps we can bring the head to Master Fletcher now then, and I can get the prince, and we can all go towards salvation if you would like to join me, of course.
She's looking down into the tunnels. But what about your companions? Are you sure they will make it?
Well, I don't think I can do anything. Would you like to go join me inside and with your crossbow, maybe? No?
She thinks for a moment and looks at the tunnel and then looks across the sludge to Fletcher's room, and she says, Let's go to Fletcher now. They can handle themselves.
Oh, they're very capable.
You are walking together with Skura now, back to the guard room, where you can see, you can hear Brom still sobbing and crying. You can see the other two, Sator and Igorn. They're sitting there playing cards and just killing time. And when you emerge here, they all sort of look in shock when you carry the head of Leslie. And they go like, Is that really her?
Yes.
Have you truly done it?
She is slain, the witch is dead, and now salvation awaits. I shall just bring this to your master, and then this is over.
Skura looks at you and she says, Why don't I bring the head to Fletcher? I mean, I know I'm better than you do.
Well, now, I have to show it because I have to get the prince, you see? And then you can join me as well. I mean, surely this is the deal that we have made.
Absolutely. The other guards, they stand up and they're like, yeah, maybe we should take it, actually. We should take the head. And they sort of like back you into a corner.
Well, so you're not interested in the shimmering fields and salvation then? You wish to rot here? You can give the head and then, you get extra rations? Is that?
It sounded nice when you said it, but, we've given it some thought, and I think I'd rather just give this head to Fletcher and you can be on your way. How about that?
Well, I suppose. Here, and then I give the head. Be my guest.
Skura takes the head and she leaves with it.
I shall be on my way then. Good luck. And I begin backing away.
Yeah, you go back into the room with the chains again.
Yes, and I begin trying to leave this complex entirely.
As you do that, you can see from the tunnel that both Margar and the Thurg emerges, bloody and tired and just weary.
You made it! Praise be. We are rid of them now. Come, let's go.
Let's
Go.
Prince? We have Alden?
No, but we have our freedom, remember? Let's leave this accursed place. Let's leave this accursed den. Let's go somewhere else.
You hear me grunt a little, and I will quickly hand over to Ferg a small little vial and tell him to drink it.
I'm not thirsty, and I drink it anyway.
And you heal 5 hit points.
Yeah, you can feel your body invigorated again. You feel strength coming back to you.
My hand, it gnaws up like a shiver, and then it just relaxes and feels better than it's ever felt before.
I snatch the vial back off you, drinking it myself, only healing 1, but still. Soothe some of my wounds.
You get a very nasty scar on your hand, though.
But it feels amazing. Feels fantastic.
And quietly, I will just follow Kurtz until we're all the way back at the exit.
Well, and do I see her pass with the head into the forward?
After a while, when you have been standing here and drinking the potions and everything, you can see on the other side of the sludge, like across the pool, you can see in Fletcher's chambers a silhouette or a person moving there. What looks to be the woman carrying the head.
We get a reward, yes? We get a nice reward.
We get to leave with our lives. That's all I can offer now, unfortunately. There's a lot of them, and only me.
Margar is silent until we actually get to the exit.
Yeah, so you can see this silhouette move across on the other side. You can see also the big shape of what must be Fletcher. And they meet and they talk. You can't hear what they say, but you can see that she's holding up and showing him the head. And he like pats her on the shoulder, and yeah, he seems very pleased at her achievement.
I stand and watch for a while. I still sort of expect some sort of something. But what happens? They try to leave the other ones, I suppose.
Yes, I follow Mark Cuts out.
We have one choice here. We leave with our lives, or we don't leave at all. We could fight them, I suppose, but I don't think, well, we're in any condition to do that, right? Let's just get out of here.
While he is saying this, are we now outside of the exit?
You're moving outside now. You're passing. You're going toward the guard room now. So they still sit there and they eye you and they. Yeah.
Yes, in that case, I'm just nodding at Kurt, saying absolutely nothing and just walking quickly to the exit.
Yeah, okay. So unless you do anything else, you soon reach the exit chamber now.
Excellent. As soon as we're at the exit, you see me look at Kurtz, and I dive forwards, grabbing him by the throat and thrusting him up against a wall.
What? I can't change it.
You used your stupid words. Witch was no witch. They were the weaker foe. We would have used them to get our reward. Instead, you order death. We barely make out. You leave me to die. And now, no reward, no anything. Why should I not eat you right now with Fersk?
You're out of the dungeon. You're out of the cell. We have our freedom. We can do whatever we want now. Come, we don't have to stay here. We don't have to go back to the Shadow King. This world is closing in on itself, but there's still plenty of other places we can be. And the object, it's still out there. Remember why you followed me. It was not to find this prince. It was to find that object. We will still find it.
I squeeze just a little. And I then lower you. You never use your words on me again, or I shall eat your heart.
And I just nod.
I come staggering up, having stayed a little behind and not getting anything. I splash through the water. I see the two of you, and I say, we're not getting anything.
No, Ferg. Our master was a fool and led us down the wrong path.
But after this, we will not go back to the king of death. No, we will go our own way to find your other item.
The object is out there. I'm telling you.
We are free, at least.
We are free.
And his whole... The Death King, he will not catch us again. And we will be good.
I reach into my pocket and take out my skull, and I just thrust it into your face cuts, saying, "Mother knew you'd be wrong." And I put it back and start walking off. But I let him go.
I stand and I watch Cuts and I wait for him to do something.
I hear Galgenbeck is nice. How about we head there?
So together you leave this terrible place and you ascend the stairs up again to the ruined landscape of the Shadow King's palace. And now it's night time. You can see the pale moon in the sky and the starless sky. And you emerge and you travel. You travel for a while in this landscape that is probably crawling with the spies of the Shadow King. People who would surely see that you had been released to fetch Alden but not returned with him. It's not certain how secure, how safe you can be, but that we will never know. The end will probably occur before you are caught anyway, so you might as well live out your last days in freedom. Who knows?
You can stop the apocalypse.
You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we played the adventure Rotblack Sludge for MÖRK BORG. Our game master was Johan Nohr, who is one of the two creators behind the game. MÖRK BORG is created by Ockult Örtmästare Games and Stockholm Kartell, and is published by Free League Publishing. The music was created by Nohr and is from the album HDK 40 MÖRK BORG, and was used with permission from their label Heimat der Katastrophe. We would like to give massive thanks to our champions of the Red Moon, Martin Heuschober, Nastasia Raulerson, Simon Cooper, and David for their generous support. And we would of course also like to thank all of our other patrons. Without your support, this show would not be possible. If you want to support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can get access to bonus campaigns for Cult Divinity Lost and Coriolis there, as well as get early and raw access to all of our recordings. You can also hear your name read on the show as a champion of the Red Moon, as well as play Cult with us. Most importantly, that support is what keeps the show going, so do check us out there. Thank you for listening, and see you soon again.